Ha.
Ah.
Yeah. Okay. Welcome back, friends. It's Anders. And us.
And us.
This is the first time
I've never been here for an intro.
Yeah. Throws me off. Oh, and today we've got a special episode, clearly, because Oz is here with me. This is our 100th video. Yeah, 2 years.
Insane.
Just about 2 years. We are making your cocktails. A couple weeks ago, we put out a notice, what would you call it? A comment, a call to action.
Made a post?
Yeah, we made a post.
Yeah. A couple weeks ago, we asked you guys for submissions for our 100th episode, and we're gonna do a subscriber cocktail video. So here we are, this is the episode, and we have your submissions, and boy, oh boy, how many was it?
Yeah.
How many did it end up being?
Hundreds.
No, it was not just hundreds. Okay, it was hundreds,
It was-
but like, okay, upper hundreds.
Yeah, here was the thing. We decided not only to make the post on YouTube, but also Instagram in hopes that we would get enough submissions to choose some to make.
Sometimes we forget that there's like 200,000 of you. And so we were like, man, what if no one makes a submission? And so that's why we did it both on Instagram and YouTube. Man, it started rolling in and here we go.
Here they are. These are all of them. This was Instagram, which is about 50 pages. And then the community post on YouTube was 85 pages. So altogether, this took me days to get through, but I did read through all of your recipes.
He did.
I gotta say, I was blown away. There's a lot of creative drinks in there that I would order immediately if I saw it on a menu. There's some really good stuff, but we can't make all of them. I've selected 8 that we're gonna showcase today, and another 8 that at the end are gonna be honorable mentions, and we're gonna show the recipe. These all sound so good to me.
No, not all of them sounded good. Let's be real.
Oh no, all the ones that we're doing here today.
All the ones
yeah.
we're doing today sound
Yeah.
good, but not all of them sounded good.
There were, I mean, and I love it. Yeah, they didn't all sound good to me. As a disclaimer, a lot of these recipes called for specific brands, and in some cases I was unable to get them, or I had something behind the bar that was comparable. If I had those brands, I used them, but if I didn't have the brands and I couldn't get them, I didn't use them. But all original recipes will be down in the description down below.
Yeah, another disclaimer, we will be honest. Anders is a really nice person though, so he might say really nice things.
She'll be honest.
I'll be honest.
I think we should just jump in.
All right, let's do it.
What should we do if you're new to the channel?
Oh.
If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more sips, tips, and recipes, and let's make some new original cocktails.
Let's make some drinks.
To the bar.
To the bar. Okay, so this is bitters stains.
Yeah.
It's not blood or anything weird like that. It's bitters. First one
Yes.
is from njbosawks,
Yeah, I'm guessing that wasn't your given name.
and it is called the ALLI'S OWN.
Yes. This was named after their dog. I thought that was really sweet.
Named after my dog, it says. A somewhat springy sherry cocktail. So let's go ahead. Anders, please make it for us, and
All
we
right.
will taste it.
Into a mixing glass, mix 1.5 ounces of an Amontillado sherry, 1.5 ounces of Lillet Rosé, and 1/2 ounce of Ramazzotti. Stir to chill and dilute. Strain into a chilled cocktail glass and express lemon oil right on top. No garnish.
Just another disclaimer. There's a lot of disclaimers, but just as a further disclaimer, we're only making one of these for each of us to share because we're not gonna drink 8 cocktails. Like each of us drink 8 cocktails. It's not gonna happen.
Right. And I don't have a bar back.
Yeah, and we still have stuff to do today. And I'm not trying to go shopping like all hammoed.
I will also say real quickly that when I put together this lineup of cocktails we'll be tasting, I was kind of thinking in terms of a menu, and I thought, this one's really nice. It's a lower ABV cocktail, aperitif cocktail.
I'm reading Anders' notes on this, and
no.
it just says low ABV dog. I think if you put like a dog story in the recipe, I think that's like how to get into
Yeah, it's points.
Anders.
It's
Yep,
points.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, here we
All
go.
right, let's taste it. Ladies first.
Oh, I will taste this first. We're gonna take turns. Who goes first?
Okay.
Hey, that's pretty good.
I like that.
I'm into it.
Oh, that is yeah,
Nice.
good warm weather cocktail.
Yeah, that's refreshing. I get a lot of sherry.
Yeah, definitely.
Love it.
The sherry is outstanding.
That's so good.
The Amaro is really nice because it's just a touch at the end. I thought half an ounce against these delicate flavors like Lillet Rosé.
Hey, I'm into it.
I am too.
It's not a heavy cocktail.
Right.
It's a light cocktail. It's not too sweet. It's really delicious.
Yeah,
Hey, well done, njbosawks.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, that's
Excellent.
really good. Nutty
Really.
finish. I'm a fan of this one.
Cheers to your dog, Allie. Or
Yeah.
Ollie. Not sure. Allie.
That's really good.
That's a good start.
Yeah.
All right, next. We're gonna keep it
Next.
moving because we got a lot of cocktails to get through.
You're right.
Next one is from David. Just David.
Yeah, just David.
Just David.
No
and
last
it is called, and sorry if I butcher this, Exquis. EXQUIS. We think it's French.
Yeah, it says there, French for exquisite.
Oh, it's French for exquisite. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to this one. Now, it's vodka based, and I think a lot of people think that I hate on vodka.
Yeah, you
Which-
shat on vodka
Okay.
in that one video.
Yeah, a long time ago I did.
It was a long time
I took
ago.
a jab at vodka. I was excited about this one because I think if you use it in an interesting way, and this one has an interesting syrup in it, and it's also considered a riff on a Sazerac with vodka. That's all I have to say. Let's do it. We're gonna stir this drink, so grab another mixing glass, and we'll start by putting half a strawberry right in the mixing glass. Not gonna muddle, we're just gonna stir with it. To that, add 2 ounces of vodka, 3/4 of an ounce of Lillet Blanc, and 1/3 of an ounce of a semi-rich champagne syrup. The syrup is 1.5 parts sugar to 1 part champagne. Stir to chill and dilute, rinse a frozen glass with absinthe, and filter the cocktail into the glass. Garnish with an orange twist. There we are.
Okay, Anders, you go first next.
Cheers. Oh my.
Ooh.
I really enjoy this cocktail. It's almost like has a cream soda quality to it.
It does. I really like the absinthe. I have to say, I don't know that I get any strawberry.
Yeah. It could be our strawberry as well.
Maybe we
depending
have a
how
crappy
ripe your strawberries are.
It's not strawberry season.
That champagne syrup's nice in there. This is really good. And I know David had mentioned he wanted to use all French ingredients.
That's cool.
Which I thought was pretty cool.
We're gonna have a sample of your champagne syrup on its own.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Really tasty.
Hey, it's good. Well done,
Well
David.
done, David.
Good job. Moving on. A cocktail from Tyler Gauntt. It is called The Bear.
Tyler mentions here that he wanted to create a cocktail that used Galliano as, outside of the Harvey Wallbanger. There aren't a whole lot of cocktails that call for Galliano. And the Bear, apparently, is a nickname of Tyler's, and he said, I won't bore you with the story. It's a shame. I kind of want to hear.
No, I don't want to be bored
All right.
by your story,
Yeah.
Tyler. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I like to pretend to be a hard ass, but I'm not.
You're a hard ass.
Okay, I am a hard
Yeah.
ass.
To make the Bear, in a shaking tin, add 1.5 ounces of gin, 3/4 of an ounce of Galliano, 1/2 ounce of Campari, 1/2 ounce of orange juice, and 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. Shake and double strain into an up glass. I'm doing a little goblet. He mentions Nick and Nora here, but I'm doing a goblet. To garnish, mist absinthe over the top, and your choice of lemon or orange peel over the cocktail as well. I'm going with lemon because I think lemon and absinthe go really well together. And your cocktail is complete.
Okay, I'll let you taste it first. I'm kind of into it.
I like the bitter finish. I don't get the absinthe so much. You took all the absinthe that was misted over the top.
I guess so. Maybe a whole coat would be nice.
Yeah,
I suppose.
or like a rinse in the glass. That would be good. Although I did put optional. I think it's really good. I do think it's a little thin, if I'm being honest here.
Yeah.
I like how you can't really pick out exactly what all the flavors are. It's
Yeah.
its own flavor.
It's very summery, citrusy, refreshing, bright.
This is a little bit thinner than your typical sour style cocktail. I think because most sours have a syrup in it, which is going to kind of give some weight to the drink. But in terms of flavor, I think it's really nice.
It is tasty. On to the next. Next up is Trevor Rose.
Trevor Rose. Trevor's been a fan of the channel from its inception. Not quite, but a long time.
When we had only a few hundred subscribers, probably.
Yeah. I'm really excited about this one because I wanted to have a tiki drink on the list of cocktails.
This one's called an Officer and a Gentian, by the way.
Officer and a Gentian, like as in gentian root.
Anyway, let's make this thing.
All right,
Let's make this
so
thing.
let's make this tiki drink. Now, I should point out that this is an instance where he called for specific brands, which I didn't have behind my bar, but I'm using something that I think is gonna be rather comparable. I think it's gonna be very good. And he had one ingredient here, Mango Rubicon Still. which I've never had.
What
I had
is
to look
Rubicon?
that up. It's like a mango juice.
Is that a Canadian thing? What is Rubicon?
Is it a Canadian thing?
I don't know. Where does that come from?
Yeah.
We got this Goya thing. Goya brand. Whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Anders, please.
All right, for this drink, in a shaking tin, add 1.5 ounces of Navy Proof rum, 1/2 ounce of ginger liqueur, 1/2 ounce of Suze, 1.5 ounces of mango juice, 1/2 ounce of honey syrup, that's a 2-to-1 syrup, 2 parts honey to 1 part water, 3/4 ounce of lime juice, and 2 dashes of walnut bitters. Now, Trevor mentions here that you should flash blend, which is actually the best way to incorporate a tiki drink, but I don't have that option, so I'm gonna do a quick shake with crushed ice, open pour into a glass, and I'm gonna top it off with more crushed ice. This is gonna be garnished with fresh mint and dehydrated lemon and lime slices. Trevor, cheers to you.
How's that? I'll taste it.
All right, I'm gonna let you taste it, but I really like that.
Oh, hey.
That's really good.
That's really good. I like the Suze.
Really good.
I get it at the end.
Yeah.
It's good.
Trevor, you evil genius. You're not evil. I'm sorry, that was me. Big fan of that. I've got a soft spot for tiki, so.
That's true.
Yes.
Okay, moving on. From Thomas Daleval, this one's called the Roasted Apple.
Roasted apple.
Roasted apple cocktail.
Also includes sherry. Sherry is
Yeah.
a weakness for me. A different kind of sherry though, so this is gonna be a completely different flavor profile than the sherry drink we had earlier. This is another moment for disclaimer here. He does call for a slice of apple, which makes sense because this drink is called the Roasted Apple, but I did not have any apples and
He forgot.
I forgot.
There was gonna be the store.
There was gonna be one that I would really screw up, and this is the one.
Yeah, there's always something that we forget at the
it's,
grocery store.
It's just a garnish.
Yeah.
The cocktail is gonna remain the same.
It's fine.
So we're gonna make the roasted apple.
Just use your imagination. Just imagine a slice of apple with this, and it'll be an exercise for you. You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. To make this drink, this one is gonna be stirred. In a mixing glass, add 1 ounce of Calvados, 1 ounce of a lightly aged rum, 3/4 ounce of a PX sherry, 1/2 ounce of a caramel syrup, and 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. Now before we add ice, we're gonna wanna torch a cinnamon stick to get it smoking, and then cover that with an old-fashioned glass. While that is coating the inside of the glass, we can add ice and stir. Then in the glass, add a large ice cube and pour the cocktail right over the top. Garnish with a slice of apple if you have it. I'll leave a recipe for the caramel syrup in the description down below.
Smells good in here.
It does smell good in here.
Smells yummy.
The roasted apple. Stir a couple times to incorporate cinnamon smoke.
Oops, we didn't do that.
So I'm using my finger. This is something my grandpa taught me.
It's my turn to go first, so I shall. Smells delightful.
Smells delightful. It does smell good. It smells really good in here.
Go ahead.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, it's good.
It's rich.
Rich.
It's rich.
The sherry is nice. That PX sherry kind of tastes like raisin. So you have like this apple, raisiny, smoky, that caramel simple syrup does give it like a really sweet edge. I'd say if there's something that this were lacking, it would be a bitter component. Maybe that's my fault. Maybe I need to put in more of the Angostura. The apple does come through, the Calvados.
I really do like the apple. I would say for me, it's a little bit on the sweet side. Can I say that? Is that
Of course.
No offense.
I will say though, this I think would be a crowd pleaser. If you were to give this, like serve this up at a party, people would probably want a second one.
Actually, in the fall, I think I would be all about it.
Yeah.
Like right now, it's actually 60 degrees outside, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, drinking this, I wouldn't know that I'm drinking rum at all. I think the rum just kind of complements everything. We did use a really kind of light, soft rum.
Could you bump up the rum maybe?
We sure
to
could.
cut through that a little bit?
Right. I don't want to take away any of the apple though. I really
that's
like that apple. As a fan of Angostura bitters, I might
That's true,
double
you
up
are
on the
partial.
bitters.
Honestly, the smell alone is like really comforting.
Very inviting.
Yeah. Next.
This
next one is from Silas Hall, and this one is called The Bounty.
The Bounty. This one caught my eye for a number of reasons. First, I looked through the ingredients, loved the ingredients, thought the ratios worked out, inspired by your videos, which means Silas knows what I like and it worked. So I really want to try this drink. All right, so before, this is yet another chance to have a disclaimer here. I'm making this cocktail to fit my glassware, which is smaller than the recipe that Silas has here. In this recipe, It's 4.5 ounces pre-dilution of liquid, so it's gonna be a larger volume cocktail. And to think like a bartender is to think in terms of parts. So I'm essentially cutting everything in half and I'm making a smaller amount. But I'm gonna read off the original recipe that Silas has here, but be aware that you're gonna want a slightly larger up glass.
Does that make sense?
Do you get it? Let's make this.
All right.
All right, to make this drink, into a shaking tin, add 1.5 ounces of rye whiskey, 1 ounce of apricot liqueur, 3/4 of an ounce of allspice dram, 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice, 1/2 an ounce of maple syrup, and 2 dashes of orange bitters. We're gonna shake to chill and dilute, double strain into a cocktail glass, and express an orange peel right over the top. If you want, you can garnish it, make it look fancy, and you are good to go. Cheers.
Whoa.
I don't know what you're about to say, but
I don't know what I'm about to say either. It's like dessert.
it's the maple and the apricot really go well together.
Man, it's like a...
I would have never put those together.
Okay, it's like a peach cobbler.
It is like a peach cobbler.
Yeah.
It's sweet.
It's sweet.
It is sweet.
I think the smaller size is actually kind of nice because of how intense the flavors are.
I would agree with that. And this is one you want to drink cold.
Right.
More desserty than I was anticipating.
Yeah.
But I will say the smaller size, I think, is the way to go. I think if it was much bigger, it might be too much for me.
Or it would warm up before you finish drinking it and then...
Right.
Okay, we're moving on because we must continue to move on. The next one is from Joshua Thompson. And this one is called the North Cove.
All right, this one I thought was interesting, especially towards the end of this because it is essentially based on liqueurs, which I thought was really cool. There isn't like a strong base spirit. So I anticipate that this is gonna be a little bit sweeter, although it is balanced out with lime juice and Campari, and I'm curious to try it. Also in the description, Joshua writes that he's a student at the Culinary Institute of America, starting his journey into the beverage industry.
Wow,
and
kudos to you, Joshua
Yeah,
Thompson.
absolutely. I'm really excited for you. This is going to be, in his words, a riff on Dale DeGroff's South Beach, which is a lovely drink. In a shaken tin, start with 3/4 of an ounce of amaretto. To it, add 1/2 an ounce of Grand Marnier, 1/2 an ounce of Campari, 3/4 of an ounce of fresh lime juice, and 1 dash of Angostura bitters. Shake to chill and dilute. It's gonna be served up, so strain it off into your cocktail glass. No garnish necessary. So here we are.
This one also has a fun color. Ooh, I smell the amaretto.
I think this
Whoa.
is our... Okay.
Anders, go ahead.
Yeah?
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. Wow.
Anders, say some things. I have some opinions.
Okay. I'm not a huge fan of amaretto, and that's my own fault. I had a bad amaretto experience when I was young. Now, this one is a flavor bomb. The amaretto is up front. I think the Campari is really interesting. I like the bitter Campari finish. The orange is very subtle. I almost think that the amaretto takes over the Grand Marnier a bit. The Angostura I don't necessarily get, but I think that happens a lot of times in cocktails where it's not a pronounced flavor.
I have this memory thing with certain flavors. And I think it's the amaretto and maybe the Grand Marnier that is triggering a children's Tylenol. You know, the drinkable cherry one.
I didn't think of that, but I know what you're saying.
If anyone's had, I don't know if it's the orange one or cherry one, there's a couple of flavors.
I would almost put this on the rocks. Really tasty though.
Before we move on to the final cocktail, hopefully final disclaimer. No, it probably won't be the last disclaimer. There's a lot of disclaimers in this video, but another disclaimer is that I think both of us are feeling it a little bit because neither of us has had anything to eat.
That was our fault.
It was unwise. We thought that this shoot was gonna be over by now.
Well, here's the thing. We wanted to get an early start on filming this video, and there is a lot of prep that goes into prepping eight
different cocktails.
Right.
Anders has been prepping for like days now, so just saying, this was kind of an ordeal.
Right. And I forgot the apple slices.
So we forgot to eat lunch. We only ate breakfast, and now we're drunk. So we're not drunk, but we're a little buzzed. Okay, here we go. Okay,
All right.
last but not least.
Last but not least.
From Uncle Pete's Cocktail Shop.
All the way from Portland, Oregon.
The Glass Slipper.
Yes, Uncle Pete has put together a very intriguing cocktail. He uses sake, and I think that is gonna be fun to work with because I have very little experience mixing with sake. He's got a cocktail channel on YouTube here on this platform.
On this very
platform. And he is creative, puts out great drinks, and I really want all of you to go check out his channel, tell him we say hi. For the glass slipper, in a mixing glass, drop in 1 lemon peel, add 1.5 ounces of Genever, 1/2 ounce of an American gin, 3/4 ounce of sake, 1/4 ounce of yellow chartreuse, and a dash of turmeric bitters. I was unable to find turmeric bitters, but I had cardamom bitters, so that's what I'm going with. Stir to chill and dilute, pour into a chilled coupe glass, garnish with a lemon peel.
It's a very pretty looking cocktail.
It is a very pretty looking cocktail.
I really like the way it looks.
Stronger. This is a stronger cocktail.
Woo! It is.
Up front, I definitely get the Genever. I used a maltier Genever. This is the precursor to gin. The gin that he calls for in his recipe is Aria.
We couldn't find it.
We couldn't find it, but this is kind of in the vein of a martini. I will say the Genever and the sake play really well together. I think the yellow chartreuse is nice. That's kind of like an accent.
Yeah, maybe it is different with the turmeric bitters.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a little strong for me, but I do like it. Okay, well, thank you, Uncle Pete's Cocktail Shop. Go check out his YouTube channel.
Go say hi to Uncle Pete and Auntie Susan.
So, that's the list.
Our, the 8 that we decided to showcase. Thank you, all of you. We do have some honorable mentions. These are some that I really wanted to get to, but either we didn't have the time or there were ingredients that I just couldn't get here in Chicago. The Tilting Windmills from Walpurgis Nux, Juniper Fields from Jondot Drinks, The Lost Coast from Dimitar Apostolov, The Fourth Trimester from Kate the Graped, On-SAE-MI-RO from Minki Shim. I apologize, I know that I butchered it, but it looks like a great cocktail. The Transatlantic from Evan Haas, the Jalisco Lily by Leo Schultz, and the Smoked Salmon by T.L.Prince.
There you have it.
All of those look so good, plus so many more that were submitted.
Wow.
I hope that you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. Thank you for
100 episodes.
100 episodes.
Yes.
Like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Cheers.
Cheers.